Today was the final day of Tallahassee's Infinity Con, the pop culture, comic book, and anime convention. The event is now in its 12th year. After originally starting in Lake City, people were able to see their favorite superheroes and anime characters, along with several specialized vendors. A full armor combat demo, along with robotics tournament, was also a part of the day. We spoke with one kid today who says his aunt and uncle surprised him by bringing him to his first ever Infinity Con.
I feel super excited because this is my first one. I'm hoping to see like some of my favorite stuff like Pokemon cards, like anime, comic books and stuff like that, superheroes.
He says he started collecting Pokemon cards about 3 years ago and enjoys it. Part of Infinity Con directly supports the Hang Tough Foundation.